Hey everybody, I'm Kiki and I'm making this video because I said on Twitter that I found a way to feed my family of 5 on $100 per week, which ends up being less than $3 per person per meal per week, which is awesome and like feels impossible, but is so completely possible. And I'm making a video because it's more in my comfort zone than a blog. It's like less work. So I'm just kind of making this video to give you I think it's like 10 things that I follow, my strongholds that keep me on track for my $100 budget. I'm also going to link a copy of what a 1 week of my meal plan would look like. Just putting it out there for those of you that don't know. We're a family of 5, live in Los Angeles on 1 income, hence the budget. I have 3 kids, and it's a 5-year-old and a 3-year-old and a 2-year-old. So granted, this is not a budget for like 3 teenagers and 2 adults. I'd have to revamp it for that. Maybe add $20, who knows, let's get crazy. But yeah, so that's what my circumstances is, and here are my tips. Tip number 1 is where you shop. So I thought that I could totally do a reasonable budget going to Trader Joe's because they have so many good deals, and they do. They have so many great deals, and a lot of stores really do, but if you wanna do $100 for your family, then I think for me, staying away from Trader Joe's, from Vons, from Ralph's, from Pavilions, definitely from Whole Foods. Discount supermarkets are your thing if this is your budget. And I don't know if you guys get papers like these in the mail, but I do. Here, look, free food for less advertisement. Give me money, food for less. Those papers, I use them to plan what I'm going to make for the week. I kind of read them before I go shopping to get an idea of what deals I'm going to be shopping for. And I went to a few of the different supermarkets that I get those from to see which one I liked better. Because, you know, where you shop is personal. It's a thing. So do your due diligence 1 week and just kind of look at your options and find the store that has discounted prices and has quality food that works for you and your family. Tip number 2 is that for this kind of budget, you obviously are going to be doing a lot more cooking yourself. I used to buy like frozen pancakes for the kids because mornings are crazy and you just pop in the microwave and they like them, it's great. Hell no frozen pancakes. No frozen chicken McNuggets, no frozen food, really, you know, any convenient food. That's why Trader Joe's is so tempting, but also not great, because even though they have great deals, you could buy those items in bulk and use them for many different meals, and it would be a lot cheaper. Yes, so prepare to cook more and set time aside for yourself during the week to do that. I know some people spend all day Sunday cooking and preparing their meals for the week, and that sounds epic and amazing. That is not something that I personally can do. So I have half an hour a day that I dedicate to meal prep, basically, for dinner and for the next day. And that works great for me. Tip number 3. You're not gonna eat as much meat. Meat is expensive. We still do eat meat, but I have other sources of protein in the mix. And whenever we do, it's not like half the plate. It's like maybe a third or less of it. But if you're a big meat eater, you could probably figure something out. But think of it as taking a more vegetable grains approach to life, which is not necessarily a bad thing. Going on that note, I like to put my grocery list together thinking about nutrient-dense and calorically dense foods, things like bananas and avocados and whole grains and things that I know will keep me and my kids feeling full and keep us healthy. So when I make my spreadsheet, this is super nerdy, I color code it. I color code it so that I can see where the source of proteins are, where the plant foods are, you know, fruits and veggies, and where my whole grains are. And so that I see, you know, I get an idea that even though I'm on a budget, I'm still giving us all the nutrients we need. I know that's not a complete way of looking at things, but it's the best I can do. And if most of my spreadsheet, or at least half of it, looks pretty green, then I feel pretty good about myself. I kind of have a job for every dollar in that $100 budget. Like $10 of my budget goes to replenishing my pantry for items that I need that are going to keep me going for the rest of the month. And I have those on a rotating kind of schedule. So one week will be the week that I buy pinto beans or legumes, and then the next week will be the one that I replenish any flours or pantry items like that that I make biscuits and stuff with. And that keeps me from eating the same things all the time, but it also keeps my pantry stocked. And it's kind of a great way of thinking, kind of like in your overall budget. Every dollar has a job. It's the same thing in your food budget. Every dollar has a job. And so if you're spending like, $40 on snack foods, then you gotta rethink that, because that's not gonna be, that's 40% of your budget. Even though I used snacks as an example of something you should not have throughout your entire budget, they are really important. Snacks are so important. So make sure that you buy them, because you will go crazy otherwise. But choose snacks that will last you a long time, that have a lot of nutrients in them, that make you feel good. So one of my favorites is popcorn. Not like the popcorn that you pop in a bag, but like real popcorn, because you could buy I think at Trader Joe's it's like $2 or something for a bag of organic popcorn kernels. And that'll last me like an entire month for me and my family. And it's delicious. Fruit is really inexpensive, especially if you do like the red tag deals at your local discount store. Popcorn and fruit, can't go wrong. Next up, I know that there are a lot of tips and vlogs and blogs that tell you to buy things in bulk and to do your shopping like once a month for like certain items and stuff. That's awesome if that works for you. That does not work for me. I have no self-control. I go to Costco and I see the big thing of goldfish crackers. I'm like, my kids will love these. Don't do it. So I do my shopping once a week, and that works for me because I know that I can plan for the week and keep in mind what I need for the whole month, and I don't stray if I do just once a week. Also, with shopping once a week, I feel like I have more control over what I'm eating, because if I get bored of something, I can just switch it out and it's fine. If I do buy items in bulk, I make sure that I have a plan for them. I would never buy anything in bulk that would rot. So no fruits, plants, vegetables, stuff like that, unless I plan on freezing a bunch of bananas for smoothies or something. I really only buy grains that I know I will use often in bulk. So beware of the bulk big month shopping thing. Try it, and if you're good at that kind of stuff, more power to you. I super sucked at it. On this $100 budget, I don't really get to have any of my vices. I used to drink wine like every evening after the kids were in bed. I used to have dark chocolate for my husband and I on the side, and we don't really have that stuff anymore. Every now and then I am able to fit like a cheap bottle of wine in the mix, but again, that makes it more of a treat than a lifestyle. Instead of wine, we drink tea at night to kind of calm down. And yes, I do miss wine. But I do get to have it sometimes still, and that just makes it extra special. So just a warning though, my budgeting does not include any kind of treats like that. At least not for me. Next up, make sure you go shopping in your pantry before you make your grocery list. So when I'm putting out everything that I want to buy and planning what my meal is going to be for the week, the first thing I do is go and see what I already have and try and get inspired by what's there. That makes me buy less, that makes me more aware of what's in my kitchen, and gosh, that is so important, and it's amazing how much I didn't know that before I was budgeting this crazy. You gotta know what's in your kitchen, you gotta know what you have, so that you don't buy 5 big things of butter or whatever the heck. And tip number 10, it's not really a tip, it's kind of, the thing that really freaked me out about having a budget like this was I have really picky eaters in my family. And I know a lot of people that are trying to get their budget under control are also trying to buy foods that they know that their families are going to like and love. And I feel your stress on that, because that was super stressful for me. But here's what I did to help my family adjust. First and foremost, with the tiny ones, the first thing that they get to eat are their vegetables. I take them outside and make them run themselves ragged with like mud and water and playtime and whatever, yay childhood. And then when they go inside, the first thing that they can have is a big plate of beautiful vegetables. And they can serve themselves, but that gives me more time to finish up whatever it is I'm making them, and it helps them fill up on the things that are good for them. It also took my kids a few weeks to get ready. It also took my kids a few times to understand that I wasn't going to bring out their favorite mac and cheese, or that I wasn't going to heat up some chicken nugget. They'd have to eat the ones that I made because that was dinner. My parents used to tell me this is not a restaurant, and I haven't used that phrase yet, but the intonation is definitely there. And if they're still hungry at the end of the night, I'm not a monster. You know, we have plenty of fruit. There's bananas that are very filling and very good for you, and also very affordable. But really, it only took a couple days, and my kids are really picky. It might take your family longer based on what they're used to or what have you, but you know, add butter to whatever you're cooking and it will be fine. So those are my big tips on what I do to keep myself on track. Thank you for watching the whole video. I know people usually do lists of like 5 for stuff like this, for lifestyle blogs and stuff, but you know, I'm lazy. And you probably want all the information up front anyways, right? Like I said, I'm gonna link below to show you what my grocery list looks like. You know, I'll link to also some of the recipes that I use. Ooh, I'm also starting to try something, you know, the envelope method where you actually use cash instead of a card. I really want to try that because I'm intrigued. And I think for me, knowing that I only have $100 in the envelope will keep me more honest. And also it might help me save for like that bottle of wine that I actually really super want. So if you guys are interested in seeing how that process goes for me, I'm more than happy to share. And if you guys want to know more about the recipes I use to keep my kids happy and to keep myself sane, I am more than happy to share. But on that note, I really want to know what your tricks are, because I'm kind of new at this too, and we're all in this together. Go team! So if you have anything that you want to contribute, this is a brand spanking new channel, you let me know. We will do something, put it up for all the world to see, because, you know, it's you know, life is tricky for everyone. We might as well enjoy it. We might as well help each other out. We could use more of that lately, right? So yeah, let's help each other out. Share tips, share recipes. If you have things that work for you, you know, I'm just eager to hear it. I hope this was even just a little bit helpful for anyone. I was really stressed when I was figuring this out because it's, you know, it's feeding the people you love. And that's important. That's important to all of us. So I just want to tell you that you super can do it. And, you know, there's going to be hopefully more people chiming in with more ideas. And let's just like keep a dialogue going about it. Because like I said, I could use more tips too. All right. Thanks, guys.